In a world filled with countless voices, one man's voice stands out above the rest, a voice that has guided us through tales of triumph and despair. Morgan Freeman is known around the world for his dulcet tones and soothing voice that many people can only dream of. How did Morgan Freeman become the legend we know today? From humble beginnings in the segregated South, Morgan Freeman's journey to Hollywood was anything but ordinary. He faced adversity, setbacks, and moments of doubt, yet he persevered. His career, spanning over 5 decades, is a testament to his incredible talent and unwavering determination. What secrets lie behind that unforgettable voice? What challenges did he overcome to become a cultural icon? Stay tuned to uncover the untold story of Morgan Freeman. Freeman was born on June 1st, 1937 in Memphis, Tennessee. He is the son of Mamie Edna, a teacher, and Morgan Porter Field Freeman, a barber who died of cirrhosis in 1961. He has 3 older siblings. As an infant, Freeman was sent to his paternal grandmother in Charleston, Mississippi. He moved frequently during his childhood, living in Greenwood, Mississippi, Gary, Indiana, and finally Chicago. He made his acting debut at age 9, playing the lead role in a school play. He then attended Broad Street High School, a building which serves today as Threadgill Elementary School in Greenwood. At age 12, he won a statewide drama competition, and while settling into school, discovered music and theater. When Freeman was 16 years old, he contracted pneumonia. Freeman graduated high school in 1955, but turned down a partial drama scholarship from Jackson State University, opting instead to enlist in the United States Air Force.
So, yes, I decided by age 15 that I wanted to be a jet pilot, because I got in a lot of trouble in school flying. Teacher's droning on, and I'm climbing out 15,000 feet. And then I went into the Air Force because I really did want to fly, and it was the quickest ticket out of Mississippi to elsewhere in the world.
After serving from 1955 to 1959, he moved to Los Angeles and took acting classes at the Pasadena Playhouse. He also studied theater arts at Los Angeles City College, where a teacher encouraged him to embark on a dance career. Freeman worked as a dancer at the 1964 World's Fair and was a member of the Opera Ring musical theater group in San Francisco. He acted in a touring company version of The Royal Hunt of the Sun, and also appeared as an extra in Sidney Lumet's 1965 drama film The Pawnbroker, starring Rod Steiger. Between acting and dancing jobs, Freeman realized that acting was where his heart lay. Freeman made his off-Broadway debut in 1967, a show about the Freedom Riders during the American Civil Rights Movement. Beginning in 1971, Freeman starred in the PBS children's television show, The Electric Company, which gave him financial stability and recognition among American audiences. His work on the show was tiring, so he quit in 1975.
That's my name.
Television producer Joan Gans Cooney said that Freeman loathed appearing in The Electric Company, saying it was a very unhappy period in his life. Freeman later acknowledged that he does not think about the show, but he was grateful to have been a part of it. His first credited appearance in a feature film was in 1971's Who Says I Can't Ride a Rainbow, a family drama starring Jack Klugman. Also that year, Freeman performed in a theater production of Pearlie. In 1980, he had a small role as Walter in the drama Brubaker, which starred Robert Redford as a prison warden.
Fucking respect around here.
Freeman next appeared in the television film Attica, which is about the 1971 Attica prison riot and its aftermath. From 1982 to 1984, Freeman was a cast member of the soap opera Another World, playing architect Roy Bingham.
I got some good news, and I got some bad news.
After several small roles in dramas, he starred in Marie, a film adaptation of Marie, a true story by Peter Mass. He portrayed Charles Traffer. He also appeared in the miniseries The Atlanta Child Murders. Freeman also had a small role in the drama that was then This Is Now, based on the novel of the same name by S.E. Hinton.
You never told me you had a girlfriend.
None of your business.
What's her name?
In the mid-1980s, he began accepting prominent supporting roles in feature films, earning him a reputation for depicting wise, fatherly characters. In addition to television films, in 1987, Freeman played a violent street hustler, a role that diverged from his previous roles, in Street Smart co-starring Christopher Reeve and Kathy Baker. Freeman's performance earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. He later said that he considered Street Smart to be his breakthrough role. In his next film, he played Craig in the drama Clean and Sober with co-stars Michael Keaton and Kathy Baker.
Let me ask you something. What the fuck are you doing here?
Freeman had 4 film releases in 1989. In the first, he starred as Sergeant Major John Rawlins in Glory, directed by Edward Zwick, about the 54th Massachusetts Infantry Regiment, the Union Army's 2nd African American regiment in the American Civil War.
What are you? So full of hate you just want to go out and fight everybody? Because you've been whipped and chased by hounds. Well, that might not be living, but it sure as hell ain't dying.
Glory was nominated for 5 Academy Awards and won 3: Best Supporting Actor for Washington, Best Cinematography, and Best Sound. Next, Freeman starred in the comedy drama Driving Miss Daisy, alongside Jessica Tandy and Dan Aykroyd. Based on Alfred Ory's play of the same name in which Freeman had appeared previously, he reprises his role of Hoke Colburn, chauffeur for a Jewish widow. The film was a commercial success and grossed $145 million worldwide. His third release was the biographical drama Lean on Me, in which he portrays the principal of an underperforming and crime-ridden New Jersey high school.
No one talks in my meetings. No one!
Lastly, in 1989, he starred in Walter Hill's Johnny Handsome, a crime drama in which he plays a New Orleans police officer. In a 1990 interview, Freeman said that Glory was one of his favorite releases. The Black legacy is as noble, is as heroic, is as filled with adventure and conquest and discovery as anybody else's. It's just that nobody knows it. In 1990, Freeman provided the voice of Frederick Douglass in The Civil War, a television miniseries about the American Civil War.
Your prayers and hymns, your sermons and thanksgivings with all your religious parade and solemnity are to him mere bombast.
In the same year, he starred in the critically panned The Bonfire of the Vanities.
Based on the evidence contained in this recording, I'm ordering the indictment dismissed in the interest of justice.
In 1991, Freeman had a supporting role in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, an action-adventure starring Kevin Costner. The film was a commercial success, but garnered mixed reviews from critics. In 1992, he appeared in Clint Eastwood's Western Unforgiven, which won 4 Academy Awards including Best Picture. The film depicts William Money, an aging outlaw and killer who takes on one more job with old friend Ned Logan. Unforgiven was widely acclaimed, with one critic calling Freeman's performance outstanding. Also in 1992, Freeman starred in the John G. Avildsen-directed drama The Power of One, acting opposite Stephen Dorff and John Gielgud in a loose adaptation of Bryce Courtenay's 1989 novel of the same name, in which he plays boxing coach Gilles Pierre. In 1993, Freeman made his directorial debut with the drama Bofa, which tells the story of a black policeman during South Africa's apartheid era. Bofa was well received, in particular for Freeman's directing. In 1994, Freeman portrayed Red, the redeemed convict in Frank Darabont's acclaimed drama The Shawshank Redemption, with co-star Tim Robbins. It is based on the 1982 Stephen King novella Rita Hayworth and Shawshank Redemption. Freeman was cast at the suggestion of producer Liz Glotzer, despite the novella's character of a white Irishman. Filming proved to be challenging, mainly because of Darabont's need for multiple takes. Freeman said, "The answer I'd give him was no. Having to do something again and again for no discernible reason tends to be a bit debilitating to the energy." In fact, his voice was one of the main reasons that he got his role in The Shawshank's Redemption. Nevertheless, his performance was described as quietly impressive and moving by the New York Times. At the 67th Academy Awards, the film received Academy Award nominations for Best Picture and a nomination for Freeman for Best Actor, losing to Tom Hanks and Forrest Gump. Since its release, The Shawshank Redemption has remained popular among audiences. In 1994, Freeman served as a member of the jury at the 44th Berlin International Film Festival.
All right, Sam, all right.
Please. Leave us to do our work.
All right, Sam, all right.
Outbreak, a medical thriller directed by Wolfgang Petersen, was Freeman's next film. He played General Billy Ford, a doctor dealing with an outbreak of a fictional virus in a small town. The film stars Dustin Hoffman, Rene Russo, and Donald Sutherland. Outbreak was a box office success, grossing $189 million worldwide, but gained a mixed critics' response. In 1995, Freeman starred with Brad Pitt in David Fincher's crime thriller Seven, the story of two detectives who attempt to identify a serial killer who bases his murders on the Christian 7 deadly sins.
Greed, sloth, wrath, pride, lust, and envy. 7.
Freeman's performance generated a positive response. While filming Outbreak, Freeman expressed an interest in starting a film production company. Freeman explained that he wanted to achieve representation on screen, explore challenging issues, and reveal hidden truths, so they chose to name their firm Revelations Entertainment. A year later, he appeared in Chain Reaction as Paul Shannon, a science fiction thriller co-starring Keanu Reeves and Rachel Weisz. The film was a critical and commercial disappointment. Next, he was cast opposite Robin Wright in 1996's Moll Flanders, a period drama based on the novel of the same name. In 1997, Freeman narrated the Academy Award-winning documentary The Long Way Home about Jewish refugees' liberation after World War II and the establishment of Israel. He also appeared in Steven Spielberg's historical epic Amistad alongside Djimon Hounsou, Anthony Hopkins, and Matthew McConaughey. Based on the events in 1839 aboard the slave ship La Amistad, the film was mostly well received and earned 4 nominations at the Academy Awards. In that same year, he was cast as psychologist Alex Cross in Kiss the Girls, a thriller based on James Patterson's 1995 novel of the same name. Freeman went on to star in Deep Impact, a science fiction disaster film in which he played President Tim Beck. The story depicts humanity's attempt to destroy a 7-mile-wide comet set to collide with Earth and cause a mass extinction. The film was a box office hit despite competition from Armageddon, another summer blockbuster of the year. Continuing with the disaster genre, he then starred opposite Christian Slater in 1998's Hard Rain.
Hey! Everybody all right down there?
Centering on a heist and man-made treachery amidst a natural disaster in a small Indiana town. Freeman returned to the screen in 2000 with the lead role of Charlie in the comedy Nurse Betty, featuring Renee Zellweger, Chris Rock, and Greg Kinnear. The film premiered at the Cannes Film Festival. Next, he appeared in Under Suspicion, a thriller remake of the 1981 French film Garde à Vue. The film had been carting around for 12 years before Freeman was able to produce it under Revelations Entertainment. He co-starred with Gene Hackman. Working with Gene was wonderful. I didn't find it too hard working with an icon I so respected, Freeman said. Upon release, Under Suspicion was met with lukewarm reception. In 2001, Freeman reprised his role of Alex Cross in Along Came a Spider, a sequel to 1997's Kiss the Girls. The film received mixed to negative reviews. In 2002, Freeman was cast opposite Ben Affleck in the spy thriller The Sum of All Fears. It is based on Tom Clancy's 1991 novel of the same name about a plot by an Austrian neo-Nazi to trigger a nuclear war between the United States and Russia so that he can establish a fascist superstate in Europe. The Sum of All Fears received moderate reviews but was a commercial success, grossing $193 million worldwide. Next, Freeman starred alongside Ashley Judd and Jim Caviezel in High Crimes, a legal thriller based on Joseph Finder's 1998 novel of the same name.
And he got himself into trouble because he was also seeing his superior's wife on the side, and it caught up with him.
Although several critics were unimpressed with the story, they credited Freeman and Judd for their chemistry and performances. In 2003, Freeman appeared as God in the hit comedy Bruce Almighty with Jim Carrey and Jennifer Aniston.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
Next, he starred in the science fiction horror Dreamcatcher, adapted from Stephen King's 2001 novel of the same name. The film was a box office flop. Also in 2003, Freeman starred in two other dramas that were not widely seen, Levity and Guilty by Association. His 2004 releases were comedy The Big Bounce and sports drama $1 Million Baby. In the latter, directed by Clint Eastwood, Freeman portrayed an elderly former boxer. The film won 4 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actress Hilary Swank, and Best Supporting Actor, earning Freeman his first Academy Award.
I want to thank everybody and anybody who ever had anything at all to do with the making of this picture.
Freeman was also nominated for a Golden Globe Award in the same category. Freeman made 6 appearances in various films in 2005. In the drama An Unfinished Life, Freeman plays Mitch, a neighbor of a Wyoming rancher, Robert Redford. Freeman's authoritative voice led to his narration of 2 documentaries, Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds and the Academy, award-winning March of the Penguins.
There is a mysterious ritual that dates back thousands of years. No living creature has survived it, except the Penguin.
He also appeared in Christopher Nolan's Batman Begins, the first installment in what would become the Dark Knight trilogy, as the fictional Lucius Fox.
Molecules realign, becomes rigid.
After this, he co-starred with Jet Li in the action thriller Unleashed, playing Sam, a blind piano tuner who helps Li's character turn his life around. Freeman's next role was in the thriller Edison, which bombed at the box office. In his last release of 2005, he provided the voice of Neil Armstrong in the documentary Magnificent Desolation, Walking on the Moon, 3D. Freeman starred in 2006's The Contract as assassin Frank Carden opposite John Cusack.
It's your only choice.
Freeman next appeared in Lucky Number Slevin, a crime thriller directed by Paul McGuigan. Starring a principal cast of Josh Hartnett, Bruce Willis, and Ben Kingsley, the film garnered mixed reception. Next, Freeman portrayed himself in the low-budget comedy 10 Items or Less Opposite Paz Vega. In 2007, Freeman reprised his role as God in Evan Almighty, a sequel to 2003's Bruce Almighty with Steve Carell. Evan Almighty was a box office failure and negatively received. The drama Feast of Love was Freeman's second release of 2007. It is based on the 2000 novel The Feast of Love by Charles Baxter, about a group of friends living in suburban Oregon who come into contact with a free spirit who changes their outlook on life. Freeman had a supporting part in Gone Baby Gone, a mystery thriller that was also Ben Affleck's directorial debut. Adapted from the 1998 novel of the same name by Dennis Lehane, Freeman plays Captain Jack Doyle of the Boston Police Department.
Yes.
All right. Nobody else knows about this, right?
Afterward, he starred in Rob Reiner's 2007 comedy The Bucket List opposite Jack Nicholson. The plot follows two terminally ill men on a road trip with a list of things to do before they die. The film grossed $175 million worldwide. In 2008, Freeman was cast in the action thriller Wanted, a loose adaptation of the comic book miniseries by Mark Millar and J.G. Jones. The plot revolves around Wesley Gibson, a frustrated account manager who discovers that he is the son of a professional assassin and decides to join the fraternity, a secret society of which Sloan is the leader. Freeman narrated The Love Guru before appearing in The Dark Knight, the second installment of Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy, in which he reprised his role as Lucius Fox. Freeman returned to Broadway in 2008 after an 18-year absence to co-star with Frances McDormand and Peter Gallagher in Clifford Odets' play The Country Girl, directed by Mike Nichols. Freeman continued to accept roles in a diverse range of genres. In 2009, Freeman starred opposite Antonio Banderas in the heist movie Thick as Thieves. Next, he collaborated with Christopher Walken and William H. Macy for the comedy The Maiden Heist. For some time, Freeman expressed a desire to do a film based on Nelson Mandela. Initially, he wanted to adapt Mandela's autobiography, Long Walk to Freedom, into a screenplay, but plans were never finalized. Instead, he purchased the film rights to John Carlin's book. The book was adapted into a film which Clint Eastwood directed, Invictus, starring Freeman as Mandela and Matt Damon as rugby team captain Francois Pinard.
I, Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela, do hereby swear to be faithful to the Republic of South Africa.
Freeman received Best Actor nominations at the Academy Awards and Golden Globes, as well as a nomination for Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor at the Screen Actors Guild Awards. Freeman's sole film release of 2010 was Red, with co-stars Bruce Willis, Helen Mirren, and John Malkovich. Red is loosely adapted from the comic book series Red, created by Warren Ellis and Cully Hamner, and published by the DC Comics imprint Homage. Freeman plays CIA mentor who helps retired fellow agent Frank to uncover some assassins.
I have people killed. I'm the bad guy. Remember?
Besides film, Freeman worked on other projects. In January 2010, he replaced Walter Cronkite as the voiceover introduction to the CBS Evening News presented by Katie Couric.
In New York, this is the CBS Evening News with Katie Couric.
CBS gave the need for consistency in introductions for regular news broadcasts and special reports as the basis for the change. Deborah Myers, head of Science Channel, approached Freeman to be the presenter of Through the Wormhole, 2010 until 2017. In 2011, Freeman narrated the fantasy Conan the Barbarian and appeared in the family drama Dolphin Tale as prosthetic specialist Dr. McCarthy.
I was under the impression I was here to do something for you.
Returning to theater in 2011, Freeman was featured with John Lithgow in the Broadway debut of Dustin Lance Black's play 8. Freeman had a lead role in the 2012 drama The Magic of Belle Isle as an alcoholic novelist trying to write again. Lastly, in 2012, Freeman reprised his role as Lucius Fox for the third time in The Dark Knight Rises. A number of box office hits were released in 2013. Freeman appeared in the action thriller Olympus Has Fallen. He portrays Speaker of the House Alan Trumbull. The San Francisco Chronicle critic gave Olympus Has Fallen 3 out of 4 stars and opined that Freeman gave an amicable supporting performance.
Are they alive?
They are.
He then starred in the science fiction drama Oblivion with co-star Tom Cruise as veteran soldier Malcolm Beach, and appeared in the thriller Now You See Me as an ex-magician.
The eye isn't real.
Okay, then explain then. Who's behind all this?
Somebody with an obsession. Meticulous. Somebody prepared to sacrifice everything. Somebody so prepared to lose that there wouldn't even be a suspect until the trick was done.
I don't want a profile. I need a name. Who?
I don't know who.
Lastly, he played a retiree in Las Vegas with co-stars Michael Douglas, Robert De Niro, Kevin Kline, and Mary Steenburgen. Filmed in Las Vegas and Atlanta, Las Vegas was praised for its cast's chemistry, and one critic thought Freeman brought the most amusement. In 2014, Freeman voiced the character Vitruvius in the Lego Movie, a commercially successful 3D animation. He starred in Transcendence, a science fiction thriller directed by Wally Pfister in his directorial debut, in which Freeman plays scientist Joseph Taggart. Next, he co-starred in the action Lucy, about a woman pallied by Scarlett Johansson, who gains psychokinetic abilities when a nootropic drug is absorbed into her bloodstream. Freeman plays Professor Samuel Norman, who helps her research the condition. Producer Virginie Silla wanted Freeman for the part because of his experience in portraying a character of wisdom.
If you're asking me what to do,
In the same year, Freeman appeared in Dolphin Tale 2, the sequel to 2011's Dolphin Tale, and 5 Flights Up, a comedy drama.
Hey, Alex!
What does that smell?
Oh, that's cinnamon. It gives the place a homey feel.
Smells like a whorehouse.
Is that a fact?
Yes.
And what does a whorehouse smell like, sir?
Well, it smells like this.
At the end of 2014, Freeman appeared as himself among other celebrities in the documentary Lennon or McCartney. Kazuaki Kiriya's action thriller Last Nights was Freeman's first film of 2015, starring opposite Clive Owen. The plot centers on a band of warriors who seek to avenge the loss of their master at the hands of a corrupt minister. Freeman next joined the cast of Ted 2, a comedy sequel to Ted, directed by Seth MacFarlane. The story follows the talking teddy bear Ted as he fights for civil rights in order to be recognized as a person. Freeman portrayed Patrick Mann, a highly respected civil rights attorney.
What defines property? What's the difference?
A television series, Madam Secretary, also occupied Freeman's time. He played Chief Justice Frawley of the United States Supreme Court in a recurring role in the series. He and his producing partner, Laurie McCreary, were executive producers. At the end of 2015, Freeman played a U.S. Senator in the thriller Momentum. Reprising his role as Alan Trumbull, Freeman appeared in London Has Fallen, the 2016 sequel to Olympus Has Fallen. The film follows a plot to assassinate the world leaders of the G7 as they attend the British Prime Minister's funeral in London, as well as Secret Service agent Mike Banning's efforts to protect U.S. President Benjamin Asher, Aaron Eckhart, from being killed. The film was a commercial success.
What do you want?
You're president.
That's not going to happen.
Next, Freeman reprised his role as Thaddeus Bradley, starring in Now You See Me 2, the sequel to Now You See Me. The sequel grossing a successful $334 million worldwide. Finally, he had a leading role in the historical drama Ben-Hur, the fifth film adaptation of the 1880 novel Ben-Hur, A Tale of the Christ by Lew Wallace. Freeman expressed interest in playing Sheikh Ilderim, a wealthy Nubian sheikh, stating, "This character has quite a bit of power in the story. And I like playing power. It's something about my own personal ego."
Take this. Hopeful. He's a Roman. That's all the reason you need.
Ben-Hur turned out to be one of 2016's biggest box office bombs. In 2017, Freeman appeared in two comedies, Going in Style and Just Getting Started. The first one is a remake of the 1979 film with the same name, co-starring Michael Caine and Alan Arkin. In it, they play bank robbers after their pensions are canceled. Just Getting Started, in which Freeman starred with Tommy Lee Jones and Rene Russo, was critically panned by reviewers. The plot follows an ex-FBI agent played by Jones who must put aside his personal feud with a former mob lawyer at a retirement home when the mafia comes to kill the pair. Freeman also hosted the National Geographic The Story of God with Morgan Freeman and The Story of Us with Morgan Freeman in 2016 and 2017, respectively. In 2018, Freeman narrated Alpha, a historical drama set in the last ice age. He then starred in Disney's The Nutcracker and the Four Realms. Finally, he had an uncredited role as Jerome in the biographical drama Brian Banks, a high school football player who was falsely accused of rape and upon his release, attempted to fulfill his dream of making the NFL. In 2019, Freeman starred opposite John Travolta in The Poison Rose, an adaptation of this novel by Richard Salvatore.
I don't.
In Angel Has Fallen, Freeman reprised his role as Alan Trumbull, the third installment in the Has Fallen film series, following Olympus Has Fallen and London Has Fallen. Although critical reception was mixed, the film was a box office success, earning $147 million worldwide. Freeman next appeared alongside an ensemble cast in George Gallo's crime comedy The Comeback Trail and in Coming to America, a sequel to the 1988 film. On November 20th, 2022, Freeman performed with Ghanem Al-Muftah at the opening ceremony of the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar.
Instead of seeing another way, we dismissed it and demanded our own way. The place you live in is that much more drab and empty that they're gone.
Freeman's deep voice is considered to be distinctive, iconic, and recognizable, which frequently makes him a preferable choice for narration in films and documentaries. The journalist Radhika Sanghani writes that his deeply reassuring voice, with its mellifluous tones and authoritative presence, is why an entire generation still hear his trademark tones when they think of the Almighty. Freeman said that his voice developed in this way while taking speech classes in college. He found that most people speak in a voice either too fast or too high, and he developed a commanding voice by speaking in a lower octave and enunciating each word. According to author Miriam DaCosta Willis, Freeman is an intuitive actor. He likes to select his roles carefully and study the character to ensure he portrays them with depth, sensitivity, and substance. Commenting on Freeman's persona, Beverly Todd, who co-starred with him in Lean on Me and The Bucket List, said, "The world knows he is such a consummate actor. He's a very sharing actor and such a nice guy. He's not the kind of actor who demands that he has all of the scenes and all the dialogues and all the emphasis is on him." Freeman has said he is interested in playing character roles and values the importance of listening carefully while filming scenes. "The big danger in acting is to wait for your line. That's what I never do. I always listen no matter how many times we do it." On October 28, 2006, Freeman was honored at the First Mississippi's Best Awards in Jackson, Mississippi with the Lifetime Achievement Award for his work in film and theater. He received an honorary Doctor of Arts and Letters degree from Delta State University during the school's commencement exercises on May 13, 2006. In 2013, Boston University presented him with an honorary Doctor of Humane Letters degree. On November 12, 2014, he was bestowed the honor of Freedom of the City by the City of London. In 2008, Freeman was chosen as a Kennedy Center honoree at the John F. Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. In 2011, he received the AFI Life Achievement Award in recognition of his contribution to the film industry.
I have to tell you, this is easy to take but hard to believe. I'm proud to be an actor. Although for this one night, you have made me feel like a star.
In 2012, he was awarded the Golden Globe Cecil B. DeMille Award, which recognizes lifetime achievement in the film industry.
Thank you very much. Thank you. My thanks to all of you for your wonderful support, and my deep thanks to the Hollywood Foreign Press for this award. Thank you so much.
In August 2017, he was named the 54th recipient of the Screen Actors Guild Life Achievement Award for Career Achievement and Humanitarian Accomplishment. Prolific in film since 1964, Freeman is known for his roles in genres ranging from dramas, historical epics, thrillers, action-adventure, science fiction, and comedies, and also a narrator and producer. Well, we've journeyed through the remarkable life of Morgan Freeman, a man whose voice has become synonymous with wisdom and whose presence has left an indelible mark on cinema. From humble beginnings to Hollywood legend, his story is a testament to perseverance, talent, and an unyielding passion for his craft. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Morgan Freeman's incredible journey, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring biographies. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. And let us know in the comments which celebrity story you'd like to hear next. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.